How did your beard get to be so fulsome? Answer, I don't reveal my secrets. Do I condition it? Also no. Hello, my name is Father Gregory Pine, and I'm going to answer some commonly asked questions about sins of speech. Here we go. How can speech help me cultivate communion with God? Great question. Basic idea is this. God is spirit, you are spirit. Spirit with body, but spirit nonetheless. And the way that you get close to God is by thinking the same thoughts and loving with the same affections. And so by working out what it is that you think and how it is that you choose in spoken form, you can come to a deeper appreciation of how God is actually at work in your life in the here and now. So yes, boom. Next, why does it matter to tell the truth? Ooh, excellent question, something about which I'm passionate. I'm probably going to be passionate about all these. I'm somewhat indiscriminate with my passion. Nevertheless, it matters to tell the truth because it's only on the basis of the truth that you can build lasting communion. So if you want to actually live your real life with other people who are living their real life, you have to traffic in the truth, because otherwise you're always going to be pretending, distancing, ghosting, clinging, but never actually abiding in the relationship which God intends for you. Here we go. Space created. How should I use humor appropriately? Ooh, great question. I think it depends in part on your culture. It depends in part on where you live. I've come to discover that East Coast humor doesn't always translate to the Midwest. People think that I'm making fun of them. I'm not. I'm loving them. It's different. The basic idea here is that you should seek not to profit from another person's kind of embarrassment, but that you should seek to leaven conversation with the types of light touches which invite other people deeper into it, rather than scare them at the prospect of potential embarrassment. Next, how can I build someone up through speech? I think people know when you're being disingenuous, so the idea is that you should be on the lookout for the good things which are at work in other people's lives, and then make mention of them or call them out in ways that are appropriate within the setting of the relationship. And to do so in a way that says, hey, there's something noble at work in you, and it can be yet more noble still. All right, here we go. What is the tongue used for? Oh wow, possibilities are endless. I mean, there are lots of things here on the surface of the earth that have tongues. Animals have tongues. I suppose they use them for manipulating food, for sucking, for whistling tunes. Do animals whistle? It's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, the primary expression for human beings is speech, because that's the most intelligent use of the tongue, and the one that we're thinking about in a book that I recently wrote. I suspect that the information about that book are in the comments / description / however you call that thing. I often find myself in boring conversations. How do I make them more delightful? Great question. I tend to think that bored people are boring people, or that interested people are interesting people. So I think that when you take an interest in another and seek to cultivate the habit of listening well as a way by which to nurture the other person and call him or her forward in a conversation, you'll take more delight in the conversation. It'll be less burdensome, less of a job, and more of, a joy. Okay, next. When should I speak and when should I be silent? Good question. Short answer, I have no idea. Long answer, I think you're going to get the knack for it over the course of your life. If you expect of yourself perfect spoken prudence at the age of 17, it's probably too tall an order. But if you expect to grow, or if you expect the Lord to give indication progressively over the course of your life, you will not be disappointed. Also, you typically don't regret silence unless you regret silence. See what I did there? What can I use speech for? I feel like we already asked this apropos of the tongue. Nevertheless, I'm happy to hear this question asked also of speech. I think the basic idea is that you use speech for conversation. Conversation has the goal of communion. That's premised on telling the truth. You can use it further to edify or to build up. And that beyond that, you can use speech as a way by which to correct your brothers, or engage in humor, or to teach individuals, or even to pray to the Most High God. What do I do to cultivate good speech? Step 1, ask God, because it's a gift. It's not the type of thing over which we have sole control or sole possession, but God typically proves himself generous, but he typically also teaches us in a way from which we can benefit as human beings, which is often slow, sometimes deliberate and painstaking. How do I share Christ with my loved ones? First thing I would say is live your Christian life. Seek an ongoing conversion through prayer, sacrament, study of the faith, some penance in your life, good Christian friendship, service in the material poor. And then as you heal and grow, you'll find in yourself a deeper capacity or a richer capacity to testify, and to do so in organic ways that aren't weird or creepy. All right, last question. How do I grow closer to God through speech? I'd say start with vocal prayer and work your way to mental prayer. St. Thomas Aquinas says that vocal prayer serves three purposes. On the one hand, it stirs up interior devotion. On the other hand, it gives vent to interior devotion. And thirdly, it's just the type of thing that we owe to God. He gave us our tongue, we have to render it back. So when we pray vocally, we can also develop the habits of mind and heart to pray mentally, and ultimately to abide with God in a lasting friendship. All right, if you want to learn the answers to these questions and more questions besides, pick up my book, Training the Tongue, available at stpaulcenter.com/trainingthetongue.